Have you ever felt like your body was holding on to something that your mind already understood? Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reflection Room. My name is Amanda and I'm a graduate student therapist, and today we're going to be exploring the differences between bottom-up and top-down approaches to therapy and why somatic therapy can be a really powerful way to finally feel some real relief. So somatic therapy is a body-based approach to therapy that really focuses on bodily sensations and helping you tune into those physical sensations to help you process trauma, stress, and your emotions. The core philosophy of somatic therapy is basically this premise that trauma is stored in the body. And there's a really great book called The Body Keeps the Score. It's really great. Dr. Bessel Kolk, he really breaks down the science behind all this and the intricacies behind why this is. But the premise of somatic therapies and the philosophy behind it is that the body does have stored trauma, and basically the only way to really feel a sense of safety and heal from that is to explore those bodily sensations and focus on body first rather than cognitions, which differs from traditional talk therapy, and we'll talk more about that today. So I thought it would be interesting to explore top-down versus bottom-up approaches in therapy today. And basically, these are what they mean. So top-down means going from the mind to the body, and bottom-up means going from the body to the mind, and basically the reverse. And both can be incredibly helpful for everyone in their healing journey, but both specialize and kind of are better for certain types of struggles that people are going through. Some examples of top-down approaches would be traditional cognitive behavioral therapy, talk therapy, psychodynamic work, things like that. Top-down approaches can be really helpful for anxiety, self-esteem issues, life transitions. It can also be useful for challenging unhelpful thoughts or cognitive distortions, and for gaining insight and clarity around what you're struggling with. So bottom-up starts with the body, like we mentioned, and goes to the mind. So basically, the starting point is the body. So this is a lot of focus on nervous system regulation, kind of gaining that body awareness, physical sensation awareness as well. Somatic therapy is the best example of a bottom-up approach. Bottom-up approaches are really helpful for those who have dealt with trauma, chronic stress, anything like that. Also be really helpful when insight alone isn't enough, and when you've noticed that traditional talk therapy hasn't given you that healing that you're looking for. But why bottom-up work is essential for trauma is basically back to that premise of that trauma is stored in the body. So it is not just in the mind. So the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response is felt, it's not thought. And that's basically this premise, is getting at that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response and helping the regulation that comes up when someone has some triggers and PTSD and things like that, trauma symptoms. So bottom-up work really approaches things by helping someone feel a sense of safety in their body so that their nervous system can regulate that, and then they can feel it in their mind as well. A great quote that really encapsulates this is that you can't think your way out of a body that doesn't feel safe. And somatic therapies really bring this felt sense of safety in your body. Bottom-up or somatic therapies are particularly helpful for those who have experienced trauma and PTSD, anxiety or chronic stress, dissociation or numbness, and anyone who's felt like they've talked about it a lot but haven't really felt any relief. Basically, somatic therapy isn't about reliving your trauma or traumatizing you in any way. It's about really feeling safe and connected and reconnected with your body, because dissociation, which is really a symptom of most traumas, can really make you feel out of body, and bringing this awareness, this mind-body awareness back is really at the core of somatic therapies. And I would highly suggest integrative therapy, which would be mind and body-based approaches together. So that could look like trauma-informed yoga alongside talk therapy, maybe cognitive behavior therapy, or any type of therapy really talk therapy related, but adding these somatic therapies alongside traditional talk therapy. Another great example of somatic therapy would be EMDR. It doesn't necessarily require someone to relive any type of trauma or describe it or talk about it, but EMDR does allow them to process that in their mind and in their body and give them that felt sense of relief and that sense of safety in their body. And if you're interested in learning more about EMDR, on our channel, Hannah talks a lot about it and she specializes in it, so please go check those out. One of the most powerful things that I've learned from this work, not only as a therapist, but as a human, is that your body is not the problem. Certain symptoms and things that you're experiencing were there to protect you, and now that you're in this healing journey, this is the time to really reconnect with your body and trust it and listen to it, and that's what somatic therapy is all about. So before we close, I wanted to walk you through just a very simple breathing exercise that we can just do together real quick. And we're basically going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6 seconds. There's actually some science behind why the longer exhale is better, but basically exhaling for a longer amount of time than you're inhaling kind of cues the body to more of a calm, grounding aspect. So we're just going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. So I just want you to find a comfortable spot. Take a deep breath in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want you to exhale out of your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm just going to ask you to repeat that 2 times. So inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're just going to exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Get comfortable. Maybe close your eyes if that feels okay. And inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to just take a second, look around the room, and just see where your eyes land. Kind of orientate yourself to the space. Maybe think about the sounds around you. Look at the objects that you see in the room that you're in. And take another deep inhale in. And a big exhale out. And that's just a little bit of an example of breath work, somatic therapy, mindfulness, whatever you want to call it. But it's really tuning into your body and becoming aware of the present moment. And being aware of the present moment can be so incredibly healing, especially for those who have dealt with trauma. And I hope that that was helpful for you today. Really enjoyed this topic. If you want to learn more about somatic therapy, please drop some comments down below. And if you've ever tried it and if it's been helpful for you, I'd love to hear about it. And thank you so much for being here, guys. Keep on reflecting.